we really try to learn more from you, our customers, especially about your wishes and concerns about smartphone.
So what did you find that people wanted from their smartphone?
Consumers wanted a bigger display, but not a bigger phone.
So I'd love to know how LG met those almost contradictory needs of wanting that big screen, but also wanting to be able to keep it in one hand the whole time.
It would have been impossible with a conventional approach. But it is possible if we change the form factor itself. Of course, that doesn't apply only to exterior design, but down to every detail, including the phone's basic structure. For that reason, I feel confident saying that the LG G6 is the next generation smartphone that consumers have been waiting for.
Well, the anticipation is killing me. Mr. Joe, please do the honors.
With all new LG G6,
Well, there's no doubt about it. The G6 looks stunning. If you had to sum it up in just one sentence, how would you sum it up?
I would say the G6 offers a big screen that actually fits in your hand. With a full vision display, the G6 will open a new era of immersive viewing experience to users. We look forward to our new approach becoming the mainstream in this market, and expect other players to join us.
So now it's time to move on to the G6 story.
Our hands haven't changed over time. And the role of a smartphone, to have a big screen that also fits comfortably in your hand, has not changed either. Designed with that core essence in mind is the G6. Both screen and phone benefit from the subtlety of unifying lines. The metal frame gives a solid firmness you can tangibly feel. Needless protrusions are eliminated with the camera flush to the body for a seamless design. The naturally curved rear cover glass nestles into the hand in 3 distinct colors, capturing nature. Even more astounding, all this comes with a full vision display and perfect aspect ratio, giving you a big screen that actually fits in your hand. LG G6.
So every year, LG always comes up with a new concept. What are they bringing to the table this year?
Well, it's the full vision display. And when designing the phone, it was our primary focus, as well as the elimination of unnecessary details, of course.
Well, let's start with talking about this full vision display then. Why has LG put it at the heart of the G6?
Until now, the display was just one of several elements. But we realized that display should be more central than just a simple design element. We want bigger screens because bigger screens give us the most expansive visual experience.
And with multitasking becoming more common, as more people do more things at the same time, it's natural that consumers want their smartphone screens to be bigger. Especially when it comes to using social media, watching videos, or playing games, The bigger screen provides more convenience and greater immersion. It simply doubles the pleasure of the experience. The LG G6 is a 5.7-inch display phone that provides new visual experiences to consumers and caters to their needs. So it's the full vision is at the center of the design. And 69% of smartphone users answered in this recent study said that a larger screen is really important for them.
Until now, to meet the contradictory demands of consumers, manufacturers came up with two options: a small phone with a small screen and a large phone with a large screen. What we have come up with this time is the best of both worlds: a 5.7-inch full vision display and a compact 5.2-inch body.
The G6 has the biggest screen amongst the same size devices in the market, and it's the most compact device amongst gadgets with 5.7-inch displays.
Why 18:9 ratio?
Well, I asked the same question, and it's called univisium. It's not yet widespread. However, as the name implies, it's an attempt to unify the current widescreen HD standard with the theatrical release standard of film.
As Andy just mentioned, you founded this theory of univisium. Can you elaborate a little bit more about what it means?
Well, in Latin, means unique vision, and it is the use of 18:9. Visual art is a specific space to express itself, but with our eyes, we see a full 180 degree. We have too many formats in the film industry, and they change according to where the film is being shown, which changes the composition, image, and ultimately changes the film.
How this 18:9 ratio will specifically benefit smartphone users?
Well, compared to the conventional 16:9 ratio screen, the 18:9 screen is longer and narrower. Viewer will have a more immersive experience while watching a movie while holding the device horizontally. I believe 18:9 will become a standard aspect ratio for all media content in the not-too-distant future.
Why is it necessary for LG to adopt this common aspect ratio?
Well, once again, 18:9 eliminates the need for cropping and manipulating of film. It fit a desired screen. It let audience see film exactly as they were composed by director and cinematographer. Is to see image exactly the same way in any media, cinema, TV, smartphone, etc., etc., and it has become a reality thanks to LG.
The G6 is the ultimate entertainment device. The expansive screen provides a better than ever viewing platform.
But to really enjoy the G6's big expansive screen, you need to have high quality content that is optimized by the new 18:9 screen ratio. Is that kind of stuff available yet, Ian?
Sure thing. Many apps at the Play Store are being made compatible with the 18:9 ratio. Also, the streaming services like Amazon are increasing their content in 18:9, and the G6 native media player has a zoom mode that converts any content in the phone to the new 18:9 aspect ratio. So now users will be able to enjoy almost every content they currently enjoy.
Let's talk image quality. How has the G6 got spectacular image quality?
Well, these days everyone is watching video on their phones. So the G6 supports Dolby Vision and HDR10, imaging technology that previously you only saw on HD TVs.
The G6 is the first smartphone on Earth to support Dolby Vision. And Dolby Vision sets a new standard for the mobile viewing experience with dramatic imaging that brings entertainment to life before your eyes. Only Dolby Vision can provide this astonishing image quality because we work with everyone involved in bringing you entertainment. Content creators, streaming services, and of course, device makers. So now with LG and Dolby Vision, you're bringing a big screen experience to a device that fits in your hand.
Video games.
We will be offering over $200 worth of in-game content from Google Play to G6 buyers. So when you buy an LG G6, you get in-game content for 6 games. And you can try the trial versions of these games at smartphone stores and see just how immersive the 18:9 full vision display really is, and how comfortable it is to play games with just one hand.
But I want you to tell me a little bit more about how this partnership with LG came about.
We're introducing a Lost Jungle for the big screen.
So this is the first time we're going to see this new game.
Exactly. The LG G6's full vision display really takes advantage of the new Lost Jungle. In celebration of the LG G6 and our brand new Lost Jungle World from Temple Run 2, we're going to exclusively offer the G6 game collection of $49.99 on Google Play, which is a vault of 650,000 coins.
G6's UX and GUI provide an optimized, expansive screen experience. From the very early stage of planning, we aim to provide users with the differentiated experience of an 18:9 ratio screen in graphics that are harmonized with the full vision display. And especially, we try to realize an immersive viewing experience and a stable feeling achieved through a rounded square design utilizing that 18:9 ratio.
Not only that, the user experience must have changed too.
Absolutely. When it comes to the UX, we focused on enabling users to fully utilize that expansive screen.
Moreover, you can also enjoy enhanced multitasking, taking advantage of the 18:9 ratio. You can fit about 11.3% more information into the extended screen,
which are comfort and usability. We found that G6 provides different user experiences compared to the other smartphones on the market for the following reasons. First of all, a stable grip and easy touch is very important in our current mobile lifestyle. Our study found the ideal width of the smartphone is on around 72 millimeters, and the G6 successfully makes its widescreen with an ideal ergonomic width screen size. Second, to adopt a large screen, smartphone manufacturers tend to sacrifice the bottom bezel. However, the bottom bezel is very important for hand grip and easy touch control. We found the ergonomically ideal bottom bezel for one-handed use is at least 7.5 millimeters. The bottom bezel on the G6 is 10.5, which satisfied our recommendations. Third, we found users are more satisfied with the full vision on the LG G6 for watching multimedia thanks to its 18:9 ratio. And this showed about 30% higher satisfaction over a 16:9 ratio. Last but not least, Georgie, we compared the flat display to edge displays for one-handed operation in different situations. And we found that with the edge screen, user hands felt more tired, and they tended to have more unintentional touch screen errors. So consider these factors when buying a new smartphone.
The G6 does look quite different from previous LG's phones. Do you agree, Andy?
Yes, indeed. I mentioned this before, but the focal points of the G6 was to reflect the voice of consumers. And this includes the design, which is reflecting current trends, and also includes things that consumers requested we improve.
G6 has removed all unnecessary elements that subtract from the immersive viewing experience.
And all four corners of the G6 full vision display are rounded. And this was added as a final touch. The display fit harmoniously with the exterior design. The rounded corners in the display also match perfectly with the graphics and UX as well. And lastly, the G6 realizes a balanced design by marrying metal and glass materials, which offer both aesthetic advantages and reliability. And in this balanced design, full vision display and other design elements are perfectly harmonized. G6 offers 3 different color options: Ice Platinum, Astro Black, and Mystic White.
Because the G6 is bigger, does that make it more fragile?
Reliability was such an important consideration when we were designing full vision display.
We kept the bezel to the minimum and the metal frame and rounded corner as both a design element as well as to make it more reliable.
Is this smartphone safe?
So we've taken extra safety measures for G6. To guarantee battery reliability, we have reinforced the testing process to evaluate different factors such as penetration, shocks, and falls. And when it comes to battery reliability, LG employs standards that surpass international level. Also, we've increased the battery capacity up to 3,300 milliampere.
To better dissipate heat, we implanted heat pipe. Heat pipes are standing thermal conductors made of copper. We also placed application processor, our main source of heat, at the center of the phone for greater heat dispersion. Also, we secured enough space between the LCD driver IC, another main heat source, and the application processor to help mitigate heat problem. The metal frame also acts as a bumper that reduces the shock on the batteries when the phone is dropped. For the stability of the battery, you need an air gap inside the phone as well.
The G6 is not only safe, but it's also greener. The phone is made of highly greener materials. Consumers do not have to worry, as we've applied the IP68 standard to the G6. This means the phone is fully protected from dust and it'll work after being fully submerged in water. The G6 is optimized for the Google Assistant.
Just use your voice, ask for what you need in a natural way, and the assistant helps you.
And how does it work specifically with the G6?
Well, we've worked closely with LG to make sure the Google Assistant experience is great right from the moment you turn on your new LG device. The G6 has even been optimized so you can get help from the assistant when the screen is off. And we'll continue to work together to make sure users always have the latest and greatest that the assistant has. To get started, you just say, OK, Google, or long press the home button to ask your question. For example, I could press and say, what are the best things to do in Barcelona? And up comes a list of all the great attractions. Now, the Sagrada Familia, of course, is fantastic. I can tap on that to get more information. I can even ask a follow-up question in a natural way. Here I ask, show me pictures of it. And you'll see that because I've actually been here before, I don't just get photos from the internet, I actually get photos from my own personal photo album. You can also ask the Google Assistant anything that you'd expect Google to help you with, from news to recipes, even your own day. When your first meeting starts, how bad traffic is on the way home, and everything in between.
How many languages does Google Assistant currently work in?
So we've started with English and German, and we're adding more languages over time.
So there are high expectations of the G6 camera.
We learned people love taking wide-angle shots, so we've improved it to 13 megapixel. And we've employed the same sensors for both wide and standard angle lenses. The G6 camera minimizes differences in image quality. Although, to be clear, it's not a megapixel race. It's all about the picture quality that the lenses can capture. With G6, we can capture the moment exactly as we see them by adjusting the degree of the wide-angle lens up to 125 degrees. This is wider than the human field of vision. We also have a 100-degree wide-angle camera on the front in response to the consumer demand.
When you zoom in with a wide-angle camera, it then clutters the image and it can become a little bit unclear.
Right, that was a common issue. However, in the G6, you can see an impressive improvement on it.
And we decided the Qualcomm Snapdragon 821 mobile platform was the ideal choice. With the addition of support for new technologies like HDR10, the G6 can now display more colors, brighter brights and darker darks, as well as a wider color gamut, thanks to the support from HDR10. We paid special attention to help enable an outstanding and unique camera experience by creating seamless transitions when zooming in and out between the wide-angle and standard camera lenses.
Little demo.
You bet. So you can see as you go from the wide camera into the standard camera here. Oops.
We're going to zoom
Smooth those
straight. Amazing. That's really, really
no jitter
smooth.
at all.
Does that also work with 4K video?
Yes, that's correct. It's also true during the 4K video capture. Taking this one step further, our advanced image stabilization helps to capture video so smooth you think you're using a tripod. It's the first and only Snapdragon-powered smartphone in the market that features smooth and seamless optical zoom. You see, Snapdragon 821 is more than just a processor. It's a proven mobile platform that we can enhance with new features like HDR10 and optical zoom.
Convenient user experience. Can you tell us a little bit more, Ian?
Yes, I did. The LG UX 6.0 used in the G6 is designed to provide perfect previews of photos optimized for the full vision display to maximize the visual experience on the screen. We also added various UX options.
No self-control, but I hate my habit, so I'm through with it. Where's my people at? Where you at? Does anybody think anymore? Yeah. Hold my drink, I'm going in, even if we never win. My crew is what I'm living for. 'Cause it feels so good to be bad. I don't even try. But it's alright, 'cause I am what I am, and it feels so good. Alright, 'cause I am what I am, and it feels so good. Bang, bang, and do my thing. I'm gonna party till I hit the wall. Yeah! He goes the street. Feel free to watch me as I trip and fall. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Where am I playing dead? Where you at? I know you're out there, let me your hands. Put 'em up. Tonight we're gonna live it up. Grab a bottle, fill your cup. If you're with me, take a stand. Who's with me?
To sum it up, the LG G6 is a new generation smartphone. Its technology and ergonomics have been tailor-made to what you guys, the users, have said you wanted. On the design front, there is not only a huge amount of attention to detail, but it's more reliable and safer than ever before. The G6 delivers excellence in essentials and provides the ultimate in usability. In short, it represents an evolution in device innovation.